Richard here. Hey, today let's talk about enrollment. You might call it recruiting, but I prefer to call it enrollment. I'm going to suggest there's two kinds of people for us to enroll. There are the people that we know well enough to just ask, and then there are people that we don't know well enough to just ask. So let's start first with the people that we know well enough to ask. That would be like our warm market, right? They know us, we know them, we know what they do for a living, we know where they live, we know a little bit about their family, right? Those kind of people. So here's what you don't want to do with those kind of people is you don't want to call them up and, build rapport. Or, just see how they're doing, right? And chit chat, chit chat, chit chat, hey, how was your summer vacation? Or how are the kids? Or how's work? And, blah, 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 blah. And then you're going to get to business, right? So, just about the time they're ready to hang up, you're like, wait a minute. By the way, do you keep your income options open or whatever, right? Horrible thing that you might ask them. And, what did that just say about all your rapport building? I care so much about your life. Chit chat. It just said that's just a load of BS. And there's a real reason why I called or messaged you, which is to ask you if you keep your income options open, which I hope you got something better than that. But so here's what I suggest is people you know really well, don't dishonor them, don't disrespect them, don't waste their time, don't show up as a fraud and pivot to, oh, by the way, just lose the whole, oh, by the way. And it might sound like this, hey, Mary, great to see you at church last week. Or, hey, Mary, I know it's been a couple of years. Or, hey, Mary, when's the last time we talked? Like that, right? Just kind of connect with when is the last time we talked? And if it's been a while and catch up is in order, then what you might say is, hey, I know it's been a couple of years since we talked and I'd love to catch up. And that's not why I'm reaching out today. So let's do that another time. Here's why I'm reaching out today. And then ask them to take a look at whatever you want them to take a look at. Product, income option, video, whatever, right? Maybe you're just going to tell them a story yourself. Maybe you have a video. I hope you have a video. Tools get a lot more done than you and I and our mouth. And so we should use tools, but that's another video. So that's the first form of enrollment, right? People we know really well. And what I just suggest you do about that is just reach out to them, establish when's the last time we connected. Just kind of, if you need to catch up, let's do that another time. But let's just tell the truth, be transparent. One of the things people hate about network marketers is, the bait and switch, the curiosity approach, I'm going to tell you everything except what I need to tell you. And it's just a load of BS and people hate it. So then there's the other people, right? Who are the other people? The other people are like, we don't know them well enough, right? We don't know necessarily what they do for a living or where they live or much about their family. And so maybe now is not the right time to ask them to take a look. Maybe now is the right time to get to know them better. Like move them down in our funnel, right? At the top of the funnel are people we don't know. And as networkers, one of our jobs is to connect, right? Get to know people, eye contact, ask them a question, see if you can start a conversation, be curious, get to know them and drop them into your funnel and then shake them down to the bottom. How do you shake them down to the bottom? Be curious, ask them questions. Where do you live? How long you live there? Where'd you live before that? Don't ask them where they'd love to live yet. What do you do for a living, right? And, this is not an interview. This is just casual conversation. And so those people, you're not asking them to take a look yet. So you might ask, well, when do I ask people to take a look if I don't ask them during the shake them till they get down to I know them really well? And here's the answer, when they ask you to. And if you're curious and you ask enough questions, they will ask you to. They'll tell you something about their kids, something about their job, something about their health, something about their finances, something about retirement, something about something that shows that they've got a pain or a passion, a problem that they can't solve. And when they ask you to ask them, here's a simple transition. Whatever their passion or problem is, just tell them you know exactly how to do that, how to solve that, how to get that, how to fix that, how to be there, how to go there. You know exactly how to do it. Would they like to hear? And when people ask you, to show them and you show them, they'll say yes. They'll say yes, at least at looking, right? So those are the two kinds of enrollments. And I just suggest we be transparent, tell the truth. If you don't know people well enough yet, get to know them, right? Most people are not going to get in your business. Most people are not going to take a look. Even the people who get in your business, most of them are going to quit. And even the ones who don't quit, most of them are not going to build what you want them to build. So, don't take the whole process so serious. You might end up with some really great friends who aren't in your business just by getting to know people and finding out what their pain and passion is. Two kinds of enrollments. Let's do it. See you next week.